Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to Lovecraft Country and Cultist Simulator Tips and Tricks, the Dancer DLC. Okay, so here we are in the next stage of the Dancer DLC. Now, we've just gone through the first part where we've managed to break off from our mundane job as a chorus line dancer, the Gaidi, and with the help of Sulichana, the mysterious mistress of the Ecdysis Club, Ecdysis, as I've been calling it, we have got a superior contract with the Ecdysis Club, which basically means we've gone from the public performances to the VIP ones. And as I've explained it before, the Ecdysis Club is a club that is using magical rituals in the middle of 1923 London. And nobody gets knows the Suppression Bureau, because the Suppression Bureau is kind of keyed to believing that Hermetic magic, i.e. Western style magic, is the only type of magic that actually functions. So in their, shall we say, dogged pursuit of people who read the wrong types of books, they completely miss the performance-based magical, the Ecdysis style of magic that is more traditional from the Eastern traditions. And so that's about where we are right now. Our spiral dancer, as it is, has got to start her next phase of her life, but she's first got to wait for the place to open. Now, in regards, I'm also going to hold off from doing anything particularly risque at the club while this notoriety is in play. See, notoriety will get, if notoriety occurs, sigh, never mind. We've already been spotted. My strategy is for naught. Anyways, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to avoid this, but yeah, now notoriety is an issue. So I've got to find a way to get rid of it or to conceal it with painting. Shoot that. If I had been quick enough before, but got caught up in doing the dances, I'd have been able to avoid this from happening by hiding the mystique and the notoriety in the painting. But, you know, best laid plans and all that. In any case, before we get started again, let's first of all go back to doing a nap there. I gotta turn down the sound a little. Hang on. Yeah, sound balance tends to be pretty variable here. Let me move that, see if I can get these to work properly. Yeah, any changes I make to my own headset, I've got to balance out with the recording as well. Luckily, I've got the recording in another screen, so I can see where the sound effects are. But in the meantime, what we need to do is consider our next step. Now, we're going to have the cops on our tail. We've got over 60 seconds. As you can see, I've started to build up to getting vitality for the... Vitality for the next level of health, as health is the primary goal of this entire run, to get the health higher and higher. Now, as a result, we've got 2 vitality lessons, but to go from 2 to 3, we're going to need 3. We've got 1 vitality going, plus another one here coming up, so that's in order. So what we probably want to consider doing at this point, since it's, you know, it's always good to have extra vitality, is probably just throw ourselves into unskilled labor. That'll do that. Plus, we're still looking for our next bestie. And we sent Victor out to try to get the bookstore, but instead he starts hanging out with low-life friends, and you know that we just hate our bestie doing that to us. Anyways, so let us continue. I'm going to go at normal speed until I get my groove back. But in any case, ooh, we're not going to get the passion up. Yeah, as soon as I get the next level of health up, I'm probably going to go with the passion here. Now, the passions are at level 1, reasons at level 1, but passion is more important in this particular run. There we go. That's back in play. Yep, we got the detective. Great. So I'm not in the murdery phase at this point of things, and let's see. Fascination trap is next, so we don't have to quite worry about this. We're going to have to survive 2 more cycles. All right, pause for a second. Get health back in line. Nothing else here required. Okay, so keep going. Unskilled labor, continue. As you can see, the Ecdysis Club has come up back. Okay, funds are at 5, which means they're okay. We're going to need a lot of funds when we get to the bookstore. First of all, I need to get light or knock lore. Okay, so we're going to get an acquaintance there. All right, so now... Crap. Gotta wait for the other one to come out. Oh, too much vitality. You never have too much vitality. In that case, actually, while we're here, let's see if we can get the... If that's annoying. Hang on, guys. All right, so first things first. And the other one's underneath it, isn't it? Oh my god, did we just glitch? I think we just glitched. For some reason, the card managed the additional glimmering card. Ah, there it is. Never mind. Sometimes this UI can get a little weird. Yeah, the new update, I apologize for episode 3 when I kind of lost it on the new update, but literally it had updated 10 minutes before I got the, I had to do record, and it was like, I had no idea what was going on. The UI was different. I lost my temper, and frankly, it really wasn't appropriate for me to take it out on you guys. So I do apologize. Anyways, go. All right. Let's see. Continue. Probably speed it up again in a moment. All right, Vic, you've disappointed me. I want you to go out and find me the bookstore, or I'm going to replace you with this person, whoever they are. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do the standard contract here. We'll see if we'll get anything interesting. Sometimes what can happen is that, when we're doing this, is that we can get a standard patron, not Solachana. That was the original purpose of our character, to try to find one. Vic, you're killing me here. You're literally killing me. Find the bookstore. Sheesh. How difficult is it? It's a mystical bookstore hiding from the police. How could you not find it? Minions. Never know what quite gonna do for you. All right, so boom. I think that might be it. Overlook Place. Hopefully that'll be the bookstore. In the meantime, we're going to be getting what else we can get. All right, the bookstore, right? Thank God. It's Moreland's books. Okay, so let's get our library collection done. All right, boom. Add to your library. Don't like to go much more than lower than 3 or 4 funds at any one time. So we're going to have to be a little more pick-me-up on the cash. Speaking of which, there's the option to increase our cash with passion while at the gaiety. This UI changes. Ooh, we got problems. Okay, so there's a good chance we could start getting some evidence. Now, getting evidence is not going to be, well, the end of the world. Let's see, we might be able to pull this off. If we can get done with the dancing, boom, there we go. All right, so the dancing occurred. We didn't get a patron or anything like that. We just got 2 cash instead of 1, which is good. Glimmering lesson learned. We can live with that. That's one of the 2 we'll need. And we're going to get more, because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this painting, put the notoriety in. Hopefully, when he gets a 20-second cycle after looking for it, there's 24 seconds total, won't be an issue. Now, where the heck is the other passion go? Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Yep. Boom. Got the passion back here, so whoops, don't want that to go wrong. Put that here. We put 1 notoriety in because we can put notoriety cards in for that, and we need an influence. Okay, cool. Or we can take Tristan's picture. Okay, we got another Mystique up, unfortunately, but ooh, God, that's bad timing because he's gonna grab the Mystique and keep going, and I can't keep the notoriety off. Ooh, timing has screwed us. Well, it happens. It's not the worst thing that's been going on. Like I said, if we get evidence, all we have to do is not get another notoriety for 400 seconds. Let evidence go back. Or if we're lucky enough to get a moth associate, we can have them take this. But in any case, let's see how this is going to play out. In the meantime, let's throw in fleeting resemblance. Resemblance. Okay, and with the passion gone, I can't take this. So yeah, I guess what we do is we upgrade our health to level 3. Put the vitality back in place, my usual method here, and let's take a nap. Boom. In the meantime, let's initiate Dear Tristan. I think it's a forge. Boom. Go for it. All right. So let's see what we got. Yeah, the Mystique we got for recruiting a follower. Oh, this happened a little faster than I liked it to be. But yeah, if we had managed to get the notoriety unit out of there in time, if I'd waited a second, gotten the Mystique out, I would have put both into the painting option, and hopefully we'd be able to work with that. Latin primer. All right, I'm not going to sneeze at that. I mean, it's pretty easy to get the language cards, but again, we're not looking at much cash here. So at the moment, we're going to let things sit. Okay, so boom. Yeah, colors of night, going through the usual cycle when it comes to this. But he's gonna have a 60-second cycle afterwards, and it's gonna pop before this one does. So he's gonna grab the notoriety out of here. The only other option, by the way, would do what I've called before. If you've seen my basic ones, that is a forge. Yep. You've seen my basic run. It's called the smoke before fire, which means that if I could drop enough mystique out, I can possibly let the notoriety burn out. Now this one will generate one, but it probably won't be quick enough. I've got to figure out how else I can do so. I can keep pumping out. Ooh, there's a way to do it, because we generate mystique whenever we perform the Ecdysis Club. So yeah, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Not going to add anything to that. And we don't need a nap, because I can't do much else, unfortunately. All right, so let's see what we get from the painting. It's going to be a little bit. By the way, I love the fact that each of these cycles I have not shirked. Okay, that's cool. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, though. All right, so each of these cycles have a little thing. Good work. This work I can be proud of. With enough publicity, it will sell. Okay, I got other priorities right now, but let's go with this. Okay, so boom, dread trap out, and there goes the notoriety. So all of my plans are for naught per usual. Oh god, passion is here. We need another passion. We have 2 of contentment, which will at some level useful, but I need to get a influence with a heart, which is kind of a thing here. 5 health, so I'm going to risk spending some cash on 5 health, 5 funds. This now, the question is now, yeah. Ooh, I can do this if I'm quick about it. All right, there's no point doing that. So let's just reset this. Let's play it safe, because we're going to have evidence up the wazoo here at this point. Now, another alternative way of doing this is that if I'm going to have evidence, at least a 70% chance that I am in fact going to have evidence that is going to create. Hang on a second. I'm getting alert about bit rates here. Give me a second. Let me see. I'm going to pause this and come right back. Good. Okay, I think we're doing a little bit better there. Okay, sorry about that. Still getting kind of a chop look here from the other side, but it looks like it's evening out a bit. Okay, so 91, 92%. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're back. Anyways, so yeah, currently we're going to have to start dealing with the fact we're going to have evidence. Now, again, there's another way of doing so. Evidence lasts 400 seconds. If I can keep him burning out on mystique, what happens is that the evidence itself will literally decay while he's still pursuing dead-end leads. So we'll see how far we have to go with this, how crazy it gets. I do not want to get arrested this early in the game. It's really a pain in the butt. All right, so passion up. You've got, yep, we're now at level 3 health. Our next level is going to be a bit harder because we're actually going to need mystical help to get that high. But while we've got the passion out and running, let's do it. Finally have passion at level 2. Which at least gives a better opportunity when we're painting. We're probably going to do a lot of painting, as we're going to need to burn mystique. Now, let's see. Yeah, look, I'm going. I'm not accelerating in motion yet. Okay, who are we going to get this time? Come on, let it be a moth person. Okay, and I desperately need to get some more heart lore from the library, because if I can get 4 lore, plus the 4 for the heart for the idol when I'm doing initiations, I can now get everybody up to disciple level, which means they'll be incredibly more effective. That, by the color, by the way, is Grail, which is not really useful. And I need more cash as well before I go back into the bookstore. Put that here. And let's see. Well, at least we're dancing. Doing our regular job. Okay, so... Oh no, we don't have passion for this one. Oops. Oh well, the thing is about this is that this will time out and be drawn back into here, so shouldn't be an issue. Oh, and I have to make a decision. The decision is going to be the acquaintance. All it means is I lose 1 fund if I don't just plug a passion in there. This means I get an acquaintance, which will eventually become, of course, a believer in my little fan club, as it were. All right. Plus 1 fund. That means I have enough to do the bookstore. Yep, it's going to get kind of grindy at this point, but that's usually where we get to about the beginning of the middle. All right, whoops. Okay, now let's deal with the Ecdysis Club. All right, first things first, superior contract. Let's see, the night and the night. The Ecdysis Club opens, I have learned, on the rhythm determined by the moon. Yep, we went over that before. We'll do purpose. Ooh, now remember, I just upgraded my level. So first of all, the number 2 guy, Ecdysis, the vegetation god, as it were, has the one who looked us over and said, okay, you're acceptable to the VIP club. But in this case, since what I've done is upgraded myself even more, we're going to skip right past that level. Put the club itself here and that. Now, in addition, remember what I said about heart levels being best, because influence has 2 heart. So in other words, by using contentment, I now bring this up to a total of 7 heart instead of 5, which increases the probability. Okay, the air is a shiver. My companions on the stage. Oh, it's inspired work. Ooh. Oh, wait, what? Hang on a second. What was going on here? Not yet. Increase your health, examine the scope and the rotations by the body. Not yet. Okay. So she's telling us to get to the highest level, we need to get to level 4. That's not going to happen yet. So we're still doing the inspired work of the Ecdysis Club. The air is a shiver. My companions on the stage are electric slashes of flesh and velvet. Mr. Ecdysis, Ecdysis drums pound. I'm going to call him Mr. Agate, just to spare you all. We begin. Okay, so let's talk about Ecdysis. So this is what is going on at the Ecdysis Club, as I pointed out before. In fact, I should double check the name. It might actually be another word for Ecdysis. Hang on. Process of shedding the old skin. Okay, well, that's actually another thing entirely. But yeah, transformation. Anyways, yeah, ecstasis. Ecstasis is the root word in Greek for ecstasy. Now, the thing is, I use the word ecstasis separately from ecstasy to designate between the standard and the mystical. Now, the ecstasis is the concept that at a certain point in the motions of whatever you are doing, whether it be dance or exercise or even fighting or sexuality, when you get to a certain point of stimulation, a certain point of exert, a certain point where your ego just steps aside and you're one with the motion, is that when somebody once called it the fire when it comes. Basically, the mystical energy of creation itself goes through you and passes through you out into the world. Now, this ecstatic dance is an ancient tradition, as I stated before, in most Aboriginal and Indigenous cultures. In fact, they use it to raise power for specific effects, such as bringing rains during the drought, or syncing up all of their warriors together into one spirit when they go into combat. Now, the thing is about this is that Sulachana is doing this in the middle of 1923 London, and this energy is being released out onto paying customers, which raw power would infuse them. It would bring out emotional catharsis. It would sometimes drive them mad. I can't even imagine what it must be like. Basically, they're soaking in the magical energy that the dancer is in fact doing so. Remember, when you come in as a customer, you can get hit by a bunch of influence cards. You can even get a mystique card if the cops just pay attention to what you're doing. And this can, in time, give you a positive influence such as contentment. But again, I just use opium because it's a lot easier, and probably because I'm more of a loner in this game. Anyways, so the thing is that let's start and show what it does to us, because we are the ones going to be performing it. And of course, like all forms of capitalistic trade, we should get cash at least for it. In fact, some of the stuff you get is random. It's really you can even get something as big as a silver cintra, which is the currency used for favors in the secret world, which you can sell for at least 8 funds, which is wow for one night's work. But most of the time, you probably need the equivalent of 2 funds, which is significantly better. Okay, we're upgrading to passion level 2 is the next target. All right, which is significantly, boom. More cash than you're making a regular job. All right, so yeah, we got tentative evidence. This is a problem. 600 seconds. We cannot get another notoriety for 600 seconds or until I dispose of that. Let's see which one passes first. Hunters found evidence real imagined of my sins. This is not a sin. Basically, I just started a little bestie club in which we practice mystical lore. I mean, frankly, you can do that on Instagram these days. London, 1923, not so much. All right, so boom. I found another book. Color tells me, by the way, there are color match. That's going to be Secret Histories, which is also one of the other lore you're going to need the most of in this game. But cash is too low at 3 to be able to to be able to do that, and we're just gonna let that pass and hopefully get some more cash out of this one. Let's see who we make new besties with. All right, so boom, there we go. Ooh, she's a moth. Sylvia lost an eye in the woods when she was 9 years old. Every year at Candlemas, she returns to the place where she buried it. Lost or removed? And frankly, considering our kind of crazy people here, yeah, that's probably what happened. All right, let's get you to stare at the doll, shall we? I usually use the doll for this in case there's some random chance we'll need the lore. It almost never happens, but I'd prefer to use a tool for initiation if you don't have to use any lore. Okay, so we'll continue doing that with her. In the meantime, let's generate more mystique so we can get this evidence burned out faster. Health is back. Good. All right, so let's see what happens here. Pop-ups. Boom. Now something just happened. As one of the commenters in the previous episode pointed out, dancing can be extraordinarily hazardous to your health. Yeah. Dancing, even the mundane type, is going to push your body to the limits. I've already explained last episode the sheer amount of physical conditioning you're required to do some dancing. Now, in this case, you're also channeling mystical energy in a body that may or may not be best suited for it as a vessel to do it. But my body is changing. We have become scarred. In the meantime, let's see what happened. Inspired work of the Ecdysis Club. The musicians close with a flourish. Some of the audience startle as waken from sleep. In other words, our energy and our performance, our ritual, put them into a trance, which is probably the most basic sort of outcome you're going to have here. Others applaud. One forces his way to the crowd, exit face drawn. There's always one, which means that somebody had an emotional event essentially triggered. Now, this sort of energy that's been channeled, like if you know anything about Reiki or other types of basic energetic healing, by flooding a person with energy and knowing what you're doing, you can actually pull up and deal with buried and trauma in the energetic body. That's the theory. Essentially, in this particular game, this is one of the things that you kind of do by accident. Remember, it's 1923. The idea of Reiki will be another 60 years in the future, at least. So right now, you're just kind of using crude ritual to sort of do this. And the fact that it's kind of uncontrolled means that this could be too much for some people. But nobody forces them in that seat. I can even imagine that sometimes this is the services she promises, that she can help you deal with what you want if you buy a ticket and sign the release. Anyways, we skip from the stage. Mr. Ecdysis winks. From here is Sulachana with her clever hands to bandage those who went too far, such as us. It's exactly what just happened there. Pushed our body too far. You get back the cards, the health, the funds, too. Basic things, but it's still cash, and it will be useful. Now, in 10 seconds or so, we'll do that. Now, in the meantime, we'll do our regular job. Now, the regular job has no chance of scarring you because it's well within the ability of our character. And, of course, we'll take that nap. I gotta get used to that. It's like very tricky there. All right, so, and I will show you the scar when it comes out. In the meantime, we can take the cash that we just generated. Grab another book. I'm looking for health. I mean, the heart lore. Know there's at least 2 in there. Find one for me. Also, once we empty the bookstore, we'll probably use it as our headquarters. Boom. All right, everybody go. Oh, sickness. Well, great. Apparently we did push ourselves too far. All right, yeah, we're getting messed up. Glimmering. All right. Oof. Couple things here. One, I can now currently, there's the extra mystique. I can now currently, right now, put in study card. All right. I can either A, go for the next level of passion, or B, try to get a vitality. And the thing we can possibly get a vitality here because it's a heart action. Heart action is about a 10% chance of generating random that, but I don't like dealing with 10% chances when I can deal with 100. So let's just get a vital. Come on. Oof. Things are a bit finicky in the mouse today. Should probably check the sensitivity at some point. All right, so go. Oh, got this done completely. Yep, you're at level 2 moth, and I can't do any better until I have more of that heart lore. So, speaking of heart lore, more. Generate more mystique. More mystique. Ah, there's the club. Club we opened a bit. In the meantime, we're doing our day job. So let's talk about that scar. Yeah, as a veteran, which is another job that pushes your health about not quite as much as dancing, but it does do its damage. I mean, I've got aches and pains and joints that don't work so well. But this is kind of a mystical version of it too. Now you notice, by the way, the scar gives heart 4, which means that when I use it for the dancing purposes, it is 4 times more effective than a standard heart, which is one of the reasons why we need to use it. In other words, we've essentially burned a pathway in both flesh and nerves and mystical energy through our character to better effectively channel heart energy out into the world to act as a source of power for other people's rituals. Remember, it's Mr. Ecdysis and Sulichana. They create the ritual and we are the generator for it. And they pay us money. And she also helps us along on our path. But it's kind of you can call it symbiotic. You're both getting something, but Sulichana is definitely getting more out of it than you are, unless we actually make it to the end of the game. Basically, the thing about Sulichana is that you have to realize that she's running the whole show. She is the one who made you who left you that little document, a little note by Rose, which is Victor's brother. Remember, Victor was the first person we got, who gave you Victor as your first minion to both guard you, since he's an edge companion and can fight, and to keep an eye on you for her. At the same time, she draws you in here with all the mysticism and the flattery and then uses your power. Now remember, this was once a heart. We cannot use it just to save ourselves. I couldn't put it in here for studying and get that vitality. That would in fact not work. So basically, we have basically stressed our body out, joints, soul, flesh, and to become a better conduit of power, but a weaker shell of a human being. Okay, so I know that, okay, it is difficult not to move. Remember, the heart energy is constantly shifting through your body. The heart spirit cannot stop dancing. We are channeling that thrum, that cosmic heartbeat so much that it's difficult for us to not dance. I know that if I stop, I might stop for always. You've made a permanent sacrifice for power. Be careful. Unlike health, this card will not satisfy sickness or starvation. It's a scar. It is a tool. Keep that in mind. And it is for heart, which means, by the way, we can use this for mystic rituals. If you have a mystic ritual and that requires a tool, a rite that uses a tool slot, we can slide one of the scars in. Just, don't burn it off. Don't pick one that destroys. Don't pick the rite that destroys the tool and use this, or you will fuck yourselves and lose the game. Anyways, yes, harsh language. I apologize. Anyways, so let's deal with it. Now we've got one scar down. I think one of the ways that does happen is we won't get more than 2 scars until we get the last level of health. Basically, it's the game's way of making sure that we have at least some health back to deal with sickness and starvation. Speaking of which, we got 1 health back here. And book. Ooh. Wrapped in the King. Detailed accounts by... Okay. The ecstatic dances of secret bacchanales and ecstatic dances observed in necropolises and graveyards in southern Europe, Egypt, and Anatolia. Self-confessed goal, an eater of bird. Yeah, I'm actually considered, by the way, if anybody's interested out there, in doing the Forbidden Book Tour as a particular series where we go over the books that you can get in here, because it's fascinating how much lore in the back you can find. This, however, to me smells with that, it's a different color than the Orchid transformations, which is the Grail. This one looks like it's a heart lore, which is exactly what I need, which means as soon as we clear this, we're going to have to do the passion, or I'm going to lose the glimmering at 95 seconds. Then I'll come in and do the wrapped and the King to hopefully be able to knock it out. In the meantime, we're going to have to continue our exercises in trying not to go to prison or die, which is usually most people's goals. Just saying, relatable. All right, passion. Boom. That at least we can do. Sigh. All right, let's try a little speed fount. All right, and we got the extra vitality, course of the heart, plus, moth finds light in the dark, and so do I. That should be another glimmering. You can be either a glimmering or a restlessness, usually. Okay, so yeah, we've got wrapped up here because that's going to be our next thing. Take a nap. can use the extra vitality when we get it. And what's next? Do we want to go back and do another thing here? And I'm thinking we should. Simply because, where's the scar? Got the scar, we've got the heart, we've got the club, the purpose. Now the purpose, by the way, the other option for purpose, remember to always check an empty space to see what you can put into it, will be for transformation. Now I'm not ready to do that part yet. Not really. I need to get the expeditions up and running first, but so in the meantime, we'll just put in our health for our standard. The influence. Now, we don't have, the only influences we have, I think, are going to be, those are these. Well, that actually gives me an option here. What's this? 253. Yeah, this will freeze the influence in place. I mean, as long as it's still functional, it's great. So remember, if you put an influence into one of these slots, it freezes in place. And by the time it comes back out again, I can use it for the, increasing my passion. But if I do that, lock it into place for 60 seconds, I'll be able to get my studying done faster. Yes, this is me using shortcuts. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're going to dance our passion away. Well, not away, we'll get it back. All right, so affliction will come back in a moment. Boom. All right, this is the vitality we will use to get rid of the affliction. Okay, study purposes. Let's get you in here. All right, I'll read this one. Not going to do a full tour, but the dances draw from the mid-traditions of the mysteries of the cults of Isis and Cybele. Yep, the ecstatic dance was a practice of the mother religions in the Fertile Crescent, probably elsewhere too, but this is where we're dealing with Western tradition. It all comes from the Fertile Crescent at some point, which, it's the Middle East. So yeah, Cybele, by the way, has a really interesting backstory about her mate. Let's just say it deals with the sacrifice of said mate in a particular manner that a black widow or a praying mantis might appreciate. Isis and Cybele, but include both symbolic and literal flayings. Yeah, that's part of it, and the human heart is always central in the rites, as in, yeah. Well, as they say, God, what is it? God, what was Graves? The White Goddess? Was that the one? Anyways, yeah, the White Goddess, where it pointed out that there was he said in his research, which kind of iffy on Graves since a lot of the others in the Victorian period during the exact period we're playing in here, is he said that the high priest was the consort of the goddess and was essentially king for a year and a day, and then was ritually sacrificed to produce the harvest, because the dying god, Dionysus and other forms of it, Cybele's Attis, were essentially the vitality of the earth given back, the blood given back into the earth to provide new growth. So there's your blood magic for the game, guys. Is the author punctuates his accounts with quite queasily sensuous descriptions of his own interrupted feasts. Oh yeah, he's a ghoul. He's been eating people's hearts. They really should publishers should really check this out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, frankly, there's some crazy stuff going on when they're in the Victorian era, but hey, if anybody else knows out there knows that if there's a book that let's get rid of the sickness. If there's a book that up from the Victorian era where they describe cannibalism and it's really cool with everyone, there's the Glimmering. Yeah, let me know. I mean, like I said, there's some strange stuff back then. A lot of the tradition. Oh, that's vitality and health. A lot of the weirder stuff that we do. I mean, a lot of the modern rituals actually go back to what's known as the Order of the Golden Dawn, which came during this period, which is essentially a bunch of gentlemen. This is random. I just want to see what it is. Just 2 funds. Which is a bunch of gentlemen and at least 2 women, one of which was, I think, both a woman of color and the Dorleen Valentine, who wrote the first book on magical self-protection, was one of them. The other was, I believe, a woman of color. I can't remember her name, unfortunately, because I didn't think we'd be talking about this episode, who decorated the tarot. I mean, it's called got Waite's name on it, but she practically did all the work. And of course, like both a woman and a person of color, there's absolutely no record of it. It's kind of like the fact that Watson and Crick didn't Watson Crick had a third partner, a woman who did a lot of the work. Again, did not get the Nobel Prize, and I can't think of her name at the top of the heart because they just tend to vanish into the vast. Scar, wandering heart, my arteries sing, my veins burn, I cannot push myself further. Yeah, basically we've stretched ourselves out. So yeah, scars take 60 seconds to recharge. We cannot sleep to get them back. Now, yeah, we're going to go back to the contract of the Gaidi just because we want to keep the cycle of cash coming. Speaking of which, since we've got money again, yeah, you're going to notice that the cash is going to build up on the dancer. One thing about this is once you get the Ecdysis Club, Gaidi, and painting combos going, you are never going to run out of cash. You are just going to, you could probably just run the entire game dealing with your, oh, there we go. There's the thing we can't do, however, Vitality and the Waking Chant. So, 6 points. Oh God, I'm terribly sorry. I should have double checked what it was because books come with both the beginning and end text. I just got kind of gobsmacked by this. 6. Oh wow, we can start bringing everybody up to disciple level now. But I want to keep the mystique burning. So we have a vitality we got from the book. We've got 6 points of lore. Put the vitality in the usual spot because remember I like to reconfigure the UI so I can look at it and know what's going on. 2 and 6, 4-point tool means that we can create that. Leo is a heart companion as well. And heart companions. We're gonna put him aside for now, just until we stop generating all of the mystique. But in the meantime, we'll grab the 2-point lore. Do it again. And ooh, we have something to do here. Ooh, right. We consumed the freaking. Oh, damn it! Looks like you do consume the influence you use here. Oh well, live and learn. Honestly, I thought you'd froze in place and you got it back at the end, but not really super an issue. 176 seconds, 136. We just get it. We can do this. Let's increase our passion. All right. We're going to have to deal with that by the painting, I believe, which is good. Painting will generate mystique as well. Ooh, I think this is another secret history ones. Yep, which is good because we're going to need, that will get us the first expedition. We can start moving towards the next stage. The actual, well, see, the Ecdysis Club will allow you to make cash when I do the standard inspired works, at least 2 funds, sometimes other stuff. But that's just, again, just generating cash for you. Essentially, you are giving up of your body, erotic art, after all, in order for the cash. And the fact that it's also therapeutic is actually quite in character, too. See, a lot of things about erotic arts is that they are essentially at their core, that's only 27 seconds, therapeutic. In that, in many cases, a person will receive the services when they require an emotional boost, which is why when you go into the Ecdysis Club as a customer, you will often get a positive, sometimes a fascination card, a positive influence in the contentment, because you're essentially, and you use that contentment to get rid of dread. Boom. And that's kind of the same thing in play, as well as, and the fact is a lot of times, like I was talking about before, wait, let's get this paused. Ooh, and we don't have the cash. All right. So yeah. Talking about before is that what's usually called sex work, I call erotic arts, because a lot of times there isn't actually sex happening. Escorts, for example, usually are just an attractive woman who is company. Now that's actually a modern version of the professional concubine, as it were, the companion, originally for just a king, but when capitalism came about, it became another, oops, probably should get back to work. Let's get some painting done. All right, so need passion or influence. Let's throw this in. Okay, we'll generate more of it that way, and we need, oh, tell you what, Leo, let's do a portrait. You can always do a portrait if you don't have an influence running. So yeah, a lot of times there, oh, and there's restlessness. We're going to need a standard painting for that one, and that will mean we'll have trouble at the Gaiety. Or, no, boom, like I said before, it's a 2-point influence for heart. We can use it for a performance at the Ecdysis Club. I'm going to use those interchangeably. Forgive me. Okay, so, yeah. It's a dread trap, which we may have to worry about if we don't get rid of the restlessness. Gonna be cutting it a bit close. Alright, so yeah, just grab the passion from there to there. Got the glimmering in place. We'll need this for the painting. 72 seconds. Oops. Let's put these back together. Need that in place. Need 2 glimmering lesson learns to pull it off the next level. Health's back. Normally I'll pause it whenever I'm opening or closing something, simply because for the fact that it blocks my view and I do not want to lose focus anywhere. I mean anywhere. You can seriously. You guys see issues. Alright, so boom. Day's work, keep going. Fast forward a bit. Just to speed things up. Alright. Normal mode, because I do not want that that restlessness is coming close to being dread, and the dread trap is active. There. Oh, no, pause. 6 seconds remaining on there. See, if I let that pop, it will go right into the dread trap. Anyways, so yeah, I get exactly 2 funds for that, which is enough to go to the bookstore again. Because remember, we've got to, at the very least, we have to empty this thing out. Alright, boom, go. Alright, so the restlessness is here, and we want... Oof, both our passions are down. I can't get rid of it that way, so like I said before, let's get rid of it this way. Boom. You notice the 2 heart from the restlessness pop in, which makes it useful. You always want to try to make your negatives into a positive, like using dread for summoning creatures. Okay, the purpose is going to be a standard dance. And we want, which is good, by the way, since we know we know from practice this consumes the influence, this will get rid of the restlessness. And we want to throw in the scar, so we don't want to risk another health, because remember, we only have so much health. We've got, where is it, 7 health, but that also counts for this. So as they're consumed, we'll lose more and more health, which, as like I said, as a veteran or dancer can tell you, your body will begin to become less resilient, even if it is well conditioned. All right, boom. Start that out and see what we get from it. And that's another mystique in for the dance, for the painting. We'll get another one for the dancing. It looks like we're going to have the opportunity, if he does pop up again. Is he going to pop up? Yep, he's going to pop up. He's just going to be burning through mystique like crazy. Let's see. And you, my friend, are going to go inert again on me. But sometimes that just can't be helped. All right, go for it. Ooh, look at all the contentment. Having a good day, apparently. I mean, what's not to like? We're essentially burning ourselves out as a vessel of divine power, and making cash doing it. All right, even more mystique. Yeah, you're going to be going for a while, dude. Each one of these is, the first one's going to be 20 seconds. Each one is 60 seconds after that, which means we have about 5 minutes here, and that should be enough to kill the evidence. So I don't really need to continue burning this stuff out, because I'm going to get another one from the dance work at the Ecdysis Club. All right, so boom, increase passion. Let's put you here. All right, so since we've got this in place now, let's start initiating all the people that we want to initiate. Boom and boom. And since Moth can be, wait, you, there, boom. Promote a believer to disciple. Combination of a 6-point lore and a 4-point tool. Quite the tool. Anyways, let's go. Collection of poetry. So that will become useful once we want to increase our passion to even a higher level. Oh, there's the damn passion. Getting sneaky. Okay, don't need to do that, don't need to do that, don't have enough for buy a book. Alright, Gaieti's gone down. Let's see what we've got this time. The usual. Bronze Spintra. Bronze Spintra, by the way, is a, don't forget, is both A, it's a form of currency among the hidden world. B, you can cash it in for 2 funds. And C, it's an ingredient. You notice it can be sold, obviously, like I said before. It can also be an ingredient for forge right there. Should you ever need an ingredient that's required, that's easy enough to get for a forge aspect, such as, I don't know, probably work well towards the Passion's Gyre. or other type ones that need a high level of forge. In the meantime, however, let's just keep it in reserve in case we need to cash out. There's the mystique to keep him busy. But yes, apparently there's a magician in the crowd who is using our energy. Basically charged up his crystals, I guess, by watching us dance. In more ways than one. Anyways, okay, that was bad. Alright, so the question is, yeah, so we probably want the Gaiety back up and running just as an option. You want to keep your options. Stop that. Oh, for crying out loud. Excuse me. This UI is a bit problematic. Where the heck did... Ah, there you are. Beg for a job back. Eventually we won't need it, but in the meantime, keep your options open. Alright, so boom. Buy a book. I want knock or light. So I can start using the mansis. Boom. Another passion. Passion's at level 2. So just to complete the set, by the way. Oops, wrong way. We should probably bring our reason up to the next level. Boom. 5-point Smoth. So in case we do have to deal with evidence in the future, she's got a 70% chance of being able to get rid of it. Best we can do, but heart lore, if we can get up to 9, will and get up to level 10, has a 90% chance of being completely eliminated. At that point, we can do just about anything we want to, and we're just too popular to bring down. I mean, let's face it, that's how celebrity works in these days. Check the audio here. Might be a little too high there. Oops, too many of these going. Remember to pause. Okay, that's moth lore according to the picture. It's meh. Don't have enough to go back. Let's see. Got our job back, but that also means we could probably go... Yeah, we reset at 120 seconds, which means we can do something else. Now, do I want to generate more lore? My god, we got a vitality back for begging for our job. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. Speaking of sex work, how did we convince them? Mind reels with the possibilities. Now, let's see. Yeah. Casting couch gag is not a gag. There's a lot of Me Too movements in the entertainment industry. Okay, so that is not necessary. Do we want to do this? Wait for the scar to get back first. In any case, 10 seconds from now, do we want to do painting? No. Basically, this thing's going to burn out rather quickly. See, that's definitely, yeah, between these 4, that's going to be enough. We don't need to paint singly, and therefore we might as well just dance our usual job. Let's demonstrate how much we like our job by immediately actually showing up for work. Alright. So you are a believer, and now you will be a disciple after I show you the magic doll. Yep, going to take a little bit to get our people back up and running. Alright, Scar's back up. Another vitality. Not quite ready to go for the last level of health yet. Let's see. Alright, keep going. And another restlessness is about to hit. Damn. Alright, so we're going to have to get rid of that. And looks like we're not going to see. See if we can do it. May have to paint this one. Oh, another... Well, we got vitality to deal with the sickness. Down with the sickness. Meantime, we'll just keep going with the increasing the reason. Okay. Opportunity at the Gaiety. At least it means an extra fund, which is good because we're getting low in cash. Okay. Back to the nap. Now, this one. We can either paint it. It's more profitable to dance it away. Oh, it's always nice to find a good use for your negative. Oh, come on. For your negative influences. And boom. Back to work. Okay, and we've got our Disciple back. Which one are you again? Two moth. Ah, so good. Now, what you want to do, remember, in all expeditions that are coming up, which we remember we only need 5 expeditions, and we still need to do them properly, is you want to have 10 of any particular type of aspect among your followers or hirelings or spirits. Now, we don't even have the ability to cast magic at this point, so we're going to be using just straight up followers. And 2 5s is a 10. So therefore, any challenge that we come across that requires moth, we have a 90% chance of getting through by using both Porter and Sylvia. And if you recall from my Mothman strategy episode, there's the majority, the moth is the most versatile one when it comes to this. Now, the heart aspect. These guys are going to be our exalted when we get up to that point. There you are, Dance with the Doll. Yeah, playing with dolls in this game can actually be powerful. All right, put passion there. Boom. And boom. All right. Melts back. We're dancing here. Not enough cash. Keep going. All right. So, the usual. Erudition. Let's see. Let's turn this to a lesson learned. Alright, and sometimes I feel like I'm Bob Ross when I'm doing this. Let's put a little happy doll dancing here with Leo and make him feel like he's closer to the heart. After all, we want Leo to be happy. We all want to be happy. Oh. I should never do that again. Okay. What do we got? Ooh, another bronze spintra. Ooh, magicians are starting to notice us, which is both good and bad. After all, they always want more power. And what happens if they decide that your heart would be better on their altar than in your chest? Okay, so Guidey Theater. Day and night job. Oh my god, it must be exhausting to be dancing both shifts. Okay, yeah, we're going to burn out that evidence before you can get back to it, which is good. Looked like my smoke strategy worked. Alright, another vitality back for our dancing. Essentially, we are overclocking ourselves. Oh yeah, we're burning health energy. We're burning heart energy, but we're also burning out. Okay, keep reading. Apparently we're doing our GED. Or whatever the equivalent is in Victorian England. Alright, Disciple, 5 heart, good. Usually I'll put the possible exalted in the beginning here. Now, let's see. Do all disciples? Nope, Victor's a believer. Oh my god, the original bestie, and I forgot to upgrade him. Alright, here we go. We'll get your killing skills better, okay? Make you feel better. Oops, what do we do over here? Opportunity. Alright. Boom. Another vitality, oh my god. 2 funds. That's enough for the bookstore. Yep, Urinos is getting kind of cyclical at this point, which is good. This means it's stable. That will means you've got enough, probably time and energy to be able to start working towards the next platform. The 2 platforms are, in the next stage, level 4 strength, which I don't think we're ready for at this time yet, and expeditions, which is probably where we're going to go next. Let's see, we're at 2019. Give us 3 seconds for the scar to come back. Boom, it's back. And boom. Now, if I keep this up, eventually I'm going to get a second scar. It's just the way it is. But, let's see. We don't have a restlessness. Ooh, what do we have for influences? Vitality, I guess. There we go. Our night shift. Okay, yeah. You notice that, by the way, 17 seconds for the that, and almost a full minute for that. It's going to burn out. So literally, I have wasted his time investigating dead ends until the original evidence is no longer applicable. I have run out the statute of limitations. 2 moth books. Well, looks like I'm going to have a moth lore, but not sure I'm going to have a use for it at this point. Okay, so boom, go. Contentment. I could have used that a second ago. Okay, another erudition. Erudition, sorry. Erudition. My apologies. Erudition. Okay, so yeah. Guess we're just looking for their next bestie on Instagram. Okay, so boom. Get a silver spintra. That's Earth 8. Yeah, we've got a lot of reserve cash if we really need it. Now, if I can drop, for example, I think what I will do is I'll drop the silver for 8. At least 8. You can actually get more. The gaiety. Sorry. Boom. This, however, I think is going to be a restlessness, or it could be a glimmering. Never can tell. Ooh, all cylinders firing. Oh my god, even more mystique. He's just gonna keep going. Okay, this cop has moved from investigator to stalker. No, seriously. Ooh, yeah. Sex workers and the cops. There's a whole line of crazy that can be, I mean, a whole line of, not crazy, a whole line of bad news coming in that direction. Okay, so let's burn some of this cash we just got. Get our library crazy high when we actually have a chance to read. Now, so we're not having a lot of time to read here. The studying you normally do been taken up by our physical exertations. Now, one of the things you might notice, by the way, is compared to the aspirant, not only does it have more cash, you're having a lot less trouble with like dread or fascination because your character isn't delving into problems, into the sort of Lovecraftian lore that can drive one crazy. In fact, remember, the painting in this game relieves restlessness. In fact, it's kind of a motif that creativity is a more natural outlet for magic in this game. Therefore, it causes you less issues. Right now, you're using the dancing creativity in order to be able to channel the energy in a more natural fashion, which is burning out your body, but your mind is fine. You can decide which one is better for you. Now, let's see. 13 seconds. Yeah, the thing is, I think I'll double tap the gaiety so I can get rid of this guy. Because if I go in and do another run at the club, what will happen is I'll generate another mystique, and this cycle just goes on forever. That's exactly what... Oh, Sanskrit. No, it's not what I need. Sanskrit's fine. It's fine. I want a light lore. Or a knock will do. Whatever. Alright, so. Health's back. Alright. And another freaking moth one. Although I can use moth for the level 1 woods, because it is a moth area. So I guess I'll probably do that as soon as I get the scholarship up to level 1. In the meantime, let's just keep hitting the books. Familiar scenario. Boom. We're going to have another restlessness shortly, but we'll burn it out using the club. At that time, the cop should be gone. Okay, 1 cash for the usual run at the theater. Nap. Erudition, erudition. Sorry, erudition. Cycle out, and yeah, let's do the contract. Well, I should actually wait for the restlessness to show up first. Oh god, another mystique. I'm just not going to lose this guy. Okay, I guess we're painting this one out. It's okay, we got passion to burn at the moment. And the essays will help go up my reason go up. But again, let's burn off that extra cash. Poppy. Oh, my least favorite patron. Deal with you later, if at all. Ooh. If we're going to make a concentrated effort to get rid of him, I can't look for another person. Alright, so we have 60 seconds. We have to avoid getting a freaking mystique. Glimmering's up and running, which is good, but 1, 2. No, I've got to get the painting up and running. Okay, and boom. No, not that. Sometimes if you double click a card, it'll go to the right place. Sometimes it won't. Okay, more essay books. They're just selling us the crap, aren't they? Probably think we can't tell what's good and what isn't. Look, I don't need another book about how awesome Crowley was. Could you give me some actual useful lore? Now, let's see. Yep, recent up level 2, and let's... Ooh, translate from Latin. Don't need to do any... You can just give any moth lore, will do it. Read the Venetian Conundra. Well, it's not one of my favorite books. Alright, go. Alright. Another... Oh, another freaking thing of poetry. Wow. One more try. Give me something useful. Alright, so. Lost the restlessness at least. But we're going to need to use this if we want to keep it. Luckily, I like the thing about one thing I like about the Ecdysis Club is there is no time limit on this contract. It will just keep going. You can come by any time you want. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get rid of this cop finally. Boom. And he's gone. Right then. Let's toss you in. With my luck, he'll come back again next time. Nope. Got another dread. Oh. Restlessness is thick. At least we'll dance this one away. Okay, the Venetian. So, boom. We've got that, which means we dream with passion, lust, moth lore. The Thasian way. I cut a lock of hair before I sleep to honor a power of the wood. Now, that's actually coming the concept that is also working with the dancer, that of transformation. Traveling at night. Or moth lore? Seriously. Give me mothy. The transformation is that moth is also of transformation. Basically, the cutting of hair is the closest one can get to shedding a skin normally, but we're going to press that particular limit in this game. All right, so what else do we want? Secret Histories is the other one that we want. Gonna hold off on the books for a bit. We're a bit overloaded. All right. And opportunity. Passion's burned out a bit. More cash. Can't actually nap because we're currently dreaming. Let's see, passion goes here. And what else do we need? Gaiety's down. Actually, we're going to wait out the restlessness. That's probably what's going to happen next. Okay, fleeting resemblance. This will, in 20 seconds, that will come up, and that is going to give us enough time just barely to be able to take care of it. Excellent. Boom. Cult scrap. 2 points. Secret histories. Let's deal with the introduction to the histories, which hopefully gives another 2 points, which we will combine to 4. Which I will point out why in a moment. Okay, actually, the lore back for the moth. We're going to need 4 points of light or 4 points of knock for the next part. So in the meantime, get this. Ooh, it's 30 seconds. Tell you what, let's reset the counter on this so that when the restlessness comes up, I'll be able to, and I have to worry about the job running out again, which can be a serious pain. All right, so yeah, boom. All right, so the restlessness is up and running, and I have 60 seconds to ditch it. The buzzing in the brain, by the way, is from the book that we got before, and there's absolutely no point to it right now. Theoretically, I could burn it out for a dance, but why would I do that? All right. Boom. Now, We finally got the way to the wood. But I don't have an extra passion at the moment. So we're going to have to charge up our passion next, I guess. Oh, he's back. We're about to get another Mystique, too, which is terrible. Maybe we can make this work for us. Mystique drops in 1 second. 0.1 seconds. Alright, so the hanger on, we can initiate into our loyal pawn by having him dance with the doll. But what we can do at this point, if we wait him... Alright, put him at here. Now, what we want to do is ditch the evidence, the Mystique. Not ditch it, but hold it in place. You know, while we're painting, why he's looking for evidence. And we can toss the other two passion in at the same time. As for influence, we toss in restlessness. We might generate another restlessness by doing that, but I'm willing to take that chance. 2 is called scraps, and you know how this goes. We'll need an erudition, I think, to be able to do that. In the meantime, we don't have another passion to throw here. And, oh my god, I've got 2 restlessness. This is just not going to do well. Hopefully we don't have a dread trap coming up, because it looks like I'm going to get drunk. Oops, forgot about that part. I can almost tell by the color now when I do this. I'm not going to throw any money into this particular work. I rarely throw money in for the extra possibility of getting cash. There we go. Now we've got a pawn. I've got to resettle this because books are starting to run into the dudes here. Since we've got him looking, we can't... Oh, cool. He's going to be done looking for that. And once he switches over to looking for evidence, we can safely go about our business. In fact, it's a little easier since we know for the next 30 seconds he won't be looking for anything. Alright, so... Glimmering's gone. Health's back. Like I said, not the most thrilling part of things. We will get to the next expeditions on the next episode and how that ties into the Ecdysis Club's rituals. Oh no. Ah, God. So dread got generated, which is not a good thing. But we got 3 funds. Oh, oh my God. Well, I have a dread and 3 mystique and a restlessness about to pop. So, yeah, the dread shop's going to be a problem. But in the meantime, yeah, let's just get stinking drunk. Because I think we're going to be having some serious issues shortly. I mean, this is a lot of mystique. There's no way I can cover this one up in case we do so, which means we're back to smoke and fire. Which is actually kind of funny. But at least there's no notoriety. Okay, so yeah. Now, we need to get our occult scraps combined, and we have the erudition in order to do so. In the meantime, however, oh wait, I'm still getting drunk. Can't dream and get drunk at the same time, which I actually think is appropriate. Okay, we need to get back to dancing. Yeah, no matter what you do, the day job is always the biggest problem here. Okay, no evidence, but quite a bit of... If he comes looking again, we're in trouble. In fact, what are we doing? Oh, contentment. Our doors. We are all of us ape and angel. Basically, it means we want romance and sex, which is actually appropriate for this one. We have both the eroticism and the divine on the stage, which, to me, there is, in fact, no real separation. The power of creation, after all, is where all things stem from. Now, finally, we're into the Mansis. Except we're not, because I don't have a passion. Because it was just grabbed by my acquaintance run. Man, they want to keep us out. Okay. And let's see if the... 10 seconds? Nope, we're not going to... Are we going to... Nope. Opportunity will pass us by. Just didn't have the passion to muster any additional work. Alright, so the question is now, which way do we flip? First of all, I will have passion in a moment, so I'll be able to start dropping to the Mansis. And I have enough health I don't have to worry about the nap right now. This will burn out since the contentment will just cancel out the despair. Next stage is more despair. How the heck do you manage that? I mean, if I had a Season of Despair, why the Season of Despair is running, would it just cancel out? Probably. I don't think you can actually have 2 dread traps running because that would actually be beneficial to you. One thing the game doesn't want to do is be beneficial to you. Okay, so let's talk about... All right, last thing before we go. What we want to do is we want to get ourselves ready for the expeditions, which means the purpose we're going to be using. Aha, great work. A great final fulfillment of a desire is often a conclusion. It's not enough to hope I must stand or fall in my deeds. Put the temptation to the purpose, and you say desires are often the means to winning a game. The desire for sensation or power or enlightenment will require a great ritual. But there are other, either rarer desires. We're not doing the cool one. Okay, so first things first is we want... Aha, the vehemence of skin. Tonight we are wrapped tightly in scarves of green silk. We will disrobe with more vehemence than usual. Before I begin, Mr. Ecdysis strands me a mouthless oval mass, the green of spring leaves. I hesitate for a moment before I put it on. He has smeared the inner surface with fresh loam. Now, the fresh loam is probably a form of hallucinogenic, which again is designed to help induce ecstasis by removing the conscious mind to censor out what it considers to be extraneous information. In other words, a lot of times mysticism requires, we've got contentment. So it's 2 more points, and we now have a total of 9 for the transformational ritual, which is where the whole purpose of how you win this game. Because you notice temptation change is currently located at level 1. This should bring it to level 2 if we do put enough heart energy into it, which is relatively easy. I think you could do it with just having a scar. But just in case. Oh, and finally we can... Okay, let's get this started. And... we can finally go into the Mansis as well, which we're going to need, because we're going to need the secret history lore, just like usual. First time I played this, by the way, I didn't know how to get past the woods, and I literally had to combine all the lore I needed, including the level 14, by combining level 2 lore, 2 and 4 lore the whole time, and oh my god, that was a nightmare. Oh, wait, I could do some more book hunting if I want. All 5 cylinders firing again. Go. Okay, so... Alright, this is for combining this is for passing the knowledge chest for combining lore. Wait, okay. Also, the spring leaves are for the regeneration of the earth for spring, from winter to spring. In other words, for new growth. In other words, it's the first ritual for our transformation, so... Oh, Greek. Well, you know, I could be well versed in languages if I ever had time to read. And yeah, we want to get closer to getting that for our headquarters. No, good. Knock lore. I can use that. Hi, dude. We are going to initiate you into the dark histories of the universe. He pauses, flinches easily, laughs and think, oh yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the sensitives tend to be, you know, socially awkward, as they're constantly being bombarded with sensations beyond other people can't sense. People think they're crazy. In fact, I'd be willing to bet the asylums will contain their fair number of sensitives that never got control of their talent. Vitality. Oh well. I mean, it's not going to go to waste, but I was hoping for better. Anyways, and the passion's down. We can pop back in. Basically, I'm going to keep continuing to go for the secret history lore. Here we go. What happened at the Ecdysis Club? When the first scarf comes away, the pain is shocking, like a tearing scab. The next one is easier than the next, but I stagger a little. My compatriots glance at me in concern. I know my expression is visible behind the mask. For our conclusion, we wind together as a ring. When I tear away the last scarf, the wrench is like a root torn from the earth. I dare not remove the mask. Afterwards, my skin is unmarked. So, what has happened? Fun. Garments surrendered and the silver spintra. Garments surrendered. The Malcolite has taught me that a naked self is not the true self, but is less the lie. In the season of ambitions, this can upgrade your change desire. In other words, what will happen is that when the next season of change happens, which normally gives us a restlessness, it will take the garments card, take our temptation, and it will combine it into the next level. And we'll see what that does to us. Okay. All right. So... Yep, there it is. We'll have to wait on that one. Might be able to, just enough time, hopefully, to be able to see that happen. Depends. Yep, notoriety. Yeah, the cop's going to be on us forever. And we have a silver spintra for the extra cash. Yeah, so anyways, so Okay, we're over the hour mark, so I'm gonna say that I probably have to call the episode here. Now, this isn't one of the more exciting episodes, unfortunately. It did give us, however, an idea of how the Ecdysis Club works, both on a meta level and, of course, a technical level here. As you can see, this part is getting us ready for the expeditions, but in order to get for the expeditions, we have to do these rituals. We do a ritual at the Ecdysis Club. We do a ritual at the location that Sulachana gives us, and then we move on to the next level of temptation. Now, in order to pass through the game, we're probably going to need to get as many scars as possible. And to finish it, we're probably going to need to get hearts like crazy, probably somewhere like 21, 25, maybe even the full 36 that you normally get for a normal victory. But that is in the future. So if you enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe down below. This has been Fantastic Worlds, saying farewell from Lovecraft Country. And this was the unlock bonus at 350 subscribers. And the next unlock bonus at 400 subscribers. I was thinking about doing the ghoul one, but I might do the priest one at 400. You have to tell me which down below, which would you prefer. But I was thinking kind of the dancer is a female, priest is usually male. I usually consider the medium to be a female. And the last one will be the exile at 500 subscribers, basically every 50 subscribers. So 400 is the next DLC, 450 will be the DLC after that, and 500 will be the exile, because that is the DLC to beat all DLCs. And I'll be keeping that one for last because, oh my God, that one's a completely different game than this one. It really blew my mind when it first came out. But rambling, sorry. Anyways, so of course, if you really like what I do, down below is links to the Gumroad payment platform. Now, of course, there is a cheat for the unlock bonuses that I also consider my Twitch count when doing this, because I've been recording these live, although it's been kind of lonely, unfortunately. But that's what you get when you're doing it during your insomniac theater, as I call it. Can't sleep, I'll record. But if that gets up to 50, that will also unlock another set of DLC for the Cultist Simulator, as well as Darkest Dungeon, which is the other one I do on Twitch, which you may notice if you follow my channel. Please follow my channel. That is the other tips and tricks one I'm running right now. And as soon as this one we're done with the Dancer DLC, I'll switch back to 3 episodes of that. And assuming that we don't have another unlock, because we've been kind of rolling the unlocks forward, then we'll be deciding the next series by the supporters in the moment. The subscribers will be voting on the next series. I'll run a trailer of 6 different games. You can vote and see which one will be the next one. Thinking you're probably going to be voting Cultist Simulator, the Lantern Run. If at the rate things are going. Any case, and of course, supporters. Supporters, unlock bonus for supporters will be additional monthly episode, which can include a live episode of Cultist Simulator or Darkest Dungeon, or another series, or a Let's Try series, and I'm throwing this one in for the first time, if you're listening out there in the YouTube land, I will do one of my real life ghost stories as an unlock for the monthly episodes. It's voted on by the supporters, but yeah, I've had a very interesting life, and I've been a parapsychologist, which, by the way, was the original term for ghost hunter, but with a scientific means, / occultist for some time, and lived in about 5 different haunted houses, just that kind of life. So if you want to hear some of my experiences, again, it's a supporter link. Links to the Gumroad payment platform down below. I don't do Patreon, unfortunately. And well, I guess that's pretty much it. I'll see you next time.